Good morning. How are you, grade 7? I miss you so much. Okay, today let's continue our curriculum. Let's remember together what we said in last sessions. We said, what is matter? Can you remember? Yes, of course, the matter is anything around you that has mass and volume. Excellent. What about the structure of matter? Each matter around you, yes, as we said, excellent, it's made of smaller units called, yes, excellent, molecules. And each molecule is made of smaller units called atom. Okay. And we said also the types of matter. It may be pure or mixture. Again, it may be pure or mixture. What is the difference between them? Pure, like the table salt, like the sugar. This is pure because it's made of only one type of particles. What about the mixture? The mixture differ because it's made of more than one type of particles. Okay, after adding salt to water, is it like adding sand to water? Of course, they are completely different. Because after adding small amount of salt in water, the salt will disappear completely. But what about adding sand to water? No, the sand will settle down and you can see it with your naked eyes. So this is called suspension. What about colloid? Colloid, this is something between them, between solution and suspension. Okay, let's continue to know more about the kinds of mixture. Number 1, solution. This is called, or it is called, homogeneous. What is meant by homogeneous mixture? Homogeneous mixture, its particles are mixed uniformly, like the classroom. If the desks in the classroom are arranged, we can say it homogeneous. But if the desks are not arranged, they are found in disordered way, this is called heterogeneous. So homogeneous like that. So after adding salt in water, the salt particles will dissociate. Okay, so you cannot see the salt again because it dissociate or break down into small particles, so you can't see them again by naked eyes or even by using the microscope. Why? Because the salt break down into smaller units, reach to the volume of nanometer, so the nano cannot be seen by the microscope. What about the types of solution? According to the physical state. What is meant by the physical state? Means solid or liquid or gas. Let's take an example of solid solution, like the alloys. What is meant by alloys? Let's take a golden ring. Do you know that the golden ring, it's made of both metals, which are copper and gold. We cannot make golden ring with the gold only, because gold is not hard enough to shape it. So they must add little amount of copper to increase its hardness. But if you hold the golden ring, you cannot differentiate between copper and gold, right? Yes. After adding or after putting the golden ring under the microscope, you cannot see the copper inside the golden ring. So this is homogeneous solution. The second kind is liquid, like salty solution. Number 3, gaseous solution, like the air. And what about the air? Why do we call it gas? Because it's made of different gases, which are oxygen, yes, nitrogen, yes, what else? Carbon dioxide and other gases. But what about these gases? All of them are, yes, excellent in gaseous state. So the air is mixture. Can you see these gases, oxygen, nitrogen, or carbon dioxide with your naked eyes? Of course you can't. So after adding them under the microscope, Can you see them? Yes, of course not. So this is homogeneous, so it is solution. The second kind of mixture is colloid. What is colloid? Colloid like the milk. Another example, like the clouds. What is the difference between them? Colloid, it is intermediate between solution and suspension. The same like the particles that made colloid. Their size more than or bigger than solution and smaller than suspension. So they not dissolve completely and they not settle down. Like the milk. The milk is a kind of colloid. Why? Because it's made of different particles like calcium, yes, and fats, yes, oil. Okay, but these particles, or most of these particles, cannot be seen by naked eyes. After adding a drop of milk under the microscope, can you see them? Yes, we can. So this is colloid. What about the second kind, like the clouds? Yes, clouds are made of excellent gas and a lot of water. Okay, why do we call them colloid? Because you cannot see the particles of colloid with your naked eyes. How can we see them? By using the microscope. Why? Because their particles are much more or much larger than particles of solution, so we can see them under the microscope. So they can't be seen by naked eyes but can be seen by the microscope. Number 3 is suspension. Suspension is heterogeneous. Why? Because after adding some sand in water, they will settle down. Okay, so the sand now, it is not arranged all over the water, so this is called heterogeneous. This is number 1. Number 2, the particles can be seen by naked eyes. Yes, of course, I can see the sand directly without using the microscope. So this is suspension. Excellent. Another example, like the solid in gas. By the way, a lot of scientists say that dust in air, some of them classify it into colloid. But in your book, you can find that solid in gas under the suspension. Okay. Again, so we said that solution, this is homogeneous because you can't see the particles of salt after dissolving in water by naked eyes or the microscope. Number 2, colloid. You can see the particles of colloid after using the microscope only. Suspension, you can see the particles of suspension by using your naked eyes. Okay, what about solution? How can you make solution? Yes, you can get some of sugar and a lot of water, right? So which one is found with a smaller percentage? Yes, the sugar. But which one is found with higher percentage? Excellent, this is water. So we call water is solvent. So the solvent is the major component. Major means that it's found in higher percentage. What about solute or solute? Both are right. This is the minor component. Minor means it's found with a lower percentage. Who can give me another example? Like that, salty solution. Which one is solvent? Yes, the water. Excellent. Which one is solute? This is salt. Excellent. What about for example, hot chocolate? Yes, excellent. The chocolate is solute, but the milk is solvent. And now let's classify each of the following into solution, colloid, and suspension. Number 1, sugary solution. Yes, excellent, sugary solution. Yes, directly from its name, this is solution. Okay. Oil in water. Let's add oil in water. Yes, excellent. You can see with your naked eye the oil floating on the water surface. So this is solution? No. Is it colloid? No. This is suspension. Excellent. What about the alcohol in water? You can add now alcohol. Of course, nowadays we use a lot of alcohol, so you can add little amount of alcohol in water and see which kind of this mixture. Yes, excellent. After adding the alcohol in water, it will disappear completely. So this is, yes, excellent. This is solution. What about the apple juice? Excellent. This is a kind of solution. What about blood? Now, let's think more about blood. Yes, blood is made of different materials or different particles, which are red blood cells, white blood cells, blood platelets, and plasma. Okay, if you cut your hand or your finger, can you see the white blood cells or red blood cells or blood platelets with your naked eyes? Of course you can't. But after putting this drop of blood under the microscope, yes, excellent, you can see them. So blood, is it solution? No. Yes, excellent. This is colloid. Okay. What about salt in water? Yes, excellent. This is solution. Yes, mud in water. You can make it alone. Yes, mud like the sand. Because of the mud particle or size of mud particles, yes, it's large. So they settle down in the water, forming excellent suspension. Yes, the last one is starch in hot water. You can do it. Starch in hot water makes something like colloid. Why? Because the hot water breaks down the particles of starch. Yes, so starch cannot settle down like suspension and cannot dissolve completely like solution. So this is colloid. Excellent. So this is the answer. Solution like sugary solution, alcohol in water, apple juice. Colloid like blood, starch in water, and suspension like, yes, excellent, the oil in water and mud in water. Thanks, grade 7.